If you were to ask me what's one of my favorite brands of all time, I'd easily tell you Cadillac is at the top of that list because they make cars just like this 2016 ATS-V. That's right, I'm a Cadillac fan, especially a V fan. I mean, I own 2 V cars myself, and I might have to buy a third after this video. Just kidding. But I love the Cadillac V cars, and they have a huge following, and there's a real big reason as to why. Cadillac nails it every time they make one of the V cars. So what is this next to me? This is a 2016 Cadillac ATS-V, the smallest sedan that Cadillac offered at the time, and it got the V treatment. For those of you that don't know, the Cadillac V division takes regular Cadillacs like sedans, coupes, whatever they have at the time, and gives them a real big performance upgrade, like this ATS-V here. Weirdly enough, when I was doing research for this video, it says that the Cadillac ATS-V was made from 2016 to 2018, the sedan version, and then 2019, they still kept the coupe going for one more year. But man, are these cool cars, and this is such a good looking sedan. Before we start off with any of the performance or whatnot, I just want to comment on how good this car looks. Let's take a look around it. First off, Cadillac does their V Series treatment with more than just the performance. They do a real nice job with how they look. They add a different front end, a V specific front end, and it looks so much more aggressive, so much more muscular than the regular ATS. The Cadillac V division changed on the front end a few things. First off, that front grille is a V-specific grille, the bumper as well. The hood, they've added a little bit of a section so that way they could fit more underneath here, because underneath the hood is a very special engine we'll get to in a second. Continuing on with design, there's a lot of carbon added here. The front end has a splitter, the side skirts are carbon, and also the rear wing is carbon as well as the rear splitter. Not stock are these tires and wheels. Their aftermarket upgrades look fantastic on this car, like the bronze with the white and the black, but the regular ATS-V wheels also look good. Here's a picture. The way that this car sits is just beautiful. I love the design, especially when we continue on to the side here. You can see that rear end I was talking about with the carbon fiber. You've also got V badging on the rear and on the sides of the car. Very nice. Lots of badging, always a fan of it, especially when you got something special like this. Something I've always been a fan of is when window trim is blacked out, for the most part on sporty cars. This one is blacked out, looks really good with the carbon fiber accents on this white. Enough about the design. Let's talk about performance and what's powering this car. Powering the ATS-V is a 3.6-liter turbocharged V6, producing 464 horsepower and 445 pound-feet of torque. That's good enough to launch this thing to 60 in only 3.8 seconds and give it a top speed of 189 miles an hour. All that power is being sent to the rear wheels, and man, is it fast. And that's why I just love the Cadillac V division. They take a regular luxury sedan and they just boost this thing like crazy. Make it a performance powerhouse. I mean, 3.8 seconds to 60, that's insane. And as a final touch, they added a V badge to the engine. Of course, this being a Cadillac, you get the best of both worlds, luxury and performance, and they did not disappoint in the interior. Cadillac's V interiors are different from the regular models, and they always do a fantastic job doing these interiors. It's a combination of leather, carbon fiber, and Alcantara. There's virtually no plastic in here, minus some of the buttons and the infotainment center. There's some plastic there, but otherwise everything's leather wrapped or Alcantara wrapped or is carbon fiber. Genuinely comfortable and sporty are these seats. It's kind of weird how they're a perfect blend of both. Usually they're one or the other, too sporty or too luxurious. This is the perfect seat made by Recaro. Also on the seats, there's V badging. There's lots of technology in the ATS-Vs. There's Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. There's also a lot of avoidance systems like crash avoidance, side detection, and lane keep assist. Those are very important features and they work well. Cadillac's actually had that for years, so they're pretty ahead of a lot of other companies as far as that technology goes, and it doesn't disappoint. In fact, for reference, my 2006 Cadillac XLR had adaptive cruise control in 2006, so they've had this technology for a long time and they've really perfected it. This car's equipped with the Bose sound system. It really rocks. I love it. Bose never disappoints in these Cadillacs. Sounds incredible. Now, as you can see, this is equipped with an automatic transmission. You could get these ATS-Vs in manual or automatic. This one is automatic. Below your gear select, you have your modes where you can select if you want comfort or sporty modes. There's also rain sensing wipers that can adjust to the amount of rain that's coming down. So if it's light rain, it'll be light wipes. Heavy rain, they're full force. Now, this was Cadillac's smallest sedan offering at the time. Surprisingly, there's a decent amount of room here. I'm just over 5'10". I feel pretty comfortable with the back seat in its decent position. I didn't move it up at all, actually, and I'm relatively comfortable. I definitely feel a little tighter back here than what would be in a CTS, but I'm comfortable back in the back of an ATS-V. The luxury continues into the rear of the ATS-V. Nothing too special. I mean, you have your carbon fiber, your leather, your Alcantara continuing back here on the seats and on the doors. You have a 120 volt and a 12 volt power outlet back here. Nothing else besides speakers and a subwoofer. Luxurious, but not over the top. So there you have it. One of my favorite sedans, the Cadillac ATS-V. Now hold on, before you go, I've got some more stuff to talk about here. The MSRP of these things was around $61,000, $62,000 at the time. It raised over the course of its 3-4 years of production, but it was $61,000. Nowadays, you can get one of these for around 35, 40 grand, and I think that's a steal. You get a sedan that goes to 60 in 3.8 seconds. It's super fast, very luxurious, has all the features that pretty much modern Cadillacs and modern BMWs have nowadays. And you only have to spend 30 to 35,000, maybe 40 grand, depending on the miles. This one right here is listed for $35,000 right now with 84,000 miles on it, and I think that's a great bargain. It's difficult to find another car at this price that's really comparable, in my opinion. Now, I am a little biased. I love the Cadillacs, love Cadillac V cars, but this is just so special. If you haven't ever had a Cadillac or a Cadillac V car before, I definitely recommend picking one up, especially when you can get something like this for this price point. I do want to thank you guys for joining me and watching this review, and thank you to Carrick's Autos for letting me use this 2016 Cadillac ATS-V. It's a fantastic car, and hopefully you guys will check out their website. This is for sale right now at carricksautos.com. I'll link it in the description along with their other inventory. And once again, thank you for watching.